welcome along and welcome back to Purbeck Valley. Today we're going to be doing some grass cutting because it is July and the canola still isn't ready to harvest. So we're going to go round, we're going to cut and bale. So we've got the baler and the mower on the Vulture today. And if we can get this all cut and baled and the grass reworked today, that would be absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a it's a slightly early cut, so I'm expecting a lower number of bales overall. We have 208 bales on our bale counter at the moment, so let's unfold everything and we'll then turn it all on. And so we'll see how many bales on top of that we have. Down with the front. Is that going to drop? Let's see. There we go. Down with the front. And around we go. And we're going to try and get as much of this grass in as possible. Looks like our yield map is unchanging at the moment. So that's really good. It means that we are getting exactly as much as before, which is surprising. That means we should get 24 bales off these two fields again. In fact, as our first bale comes out, I can't help but notice that we've got an improved yield on this side. I am getting a bit close to the edge because we're hitting the whole you don't own this land issue, but look at that. That is a lot darker, so we might get even more bales off here. And that is simply because we worked so hard getting these fields back up to full status after the last cut. So pleased about that. Something I'm not worrying about this time, which I did previously, is making sure that the baler's following exactly behind the mower. In the corners. What we'll do is we'll drop the mower off at the end, and as long as we haven't got any bales sitting actually in it, we should be able to just go round and bale up those bits in the corner without too much hassle. So the thing I'm trying to do at the moment is get the field cut, and I'm actually going to turn on the GPS here, get that first waypoint set, and get a second waypoint set, and then yeah, that's perfect. Right, and then we'll keep going around and we will have a good level of bales off here, a good level of grass off here, and hopefully just keep having a go at it, see how many we get. If we can get more than 24 bales, that would be fantastic. But this should give our silage bales a nice top up. In fact, what we will do is once we have these silage bales off here, we'll actually go and sell the remaining silage bales we have at the farm, because that will give us a nice little bit of income, and we'll be able to keep everything going as I want to. And we'll be able to get things nicely wrapped up with plenty of space. So yeah, we'll sell off the existing silage bales while we get these fields turned around, and hopefully that's a little bit of extra cash in, and also a nice clear set of silage bales, which is all we need at the moment, because we're working our way through the hay bales all the time. The silage bales, we seem to create more because we're doing more cuts of them, and as a result we're doing better with them. 4 headlands done, and we're gonna drop a bale just before the end of it. There it comes, and that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. We've got 7 bales already. So that's perfect, and we've got plenty of stuff in the corners to get. So let's take this down the middle here, line ourselves up, And hopefully this is on a row. And the way I like to do this is it's basically a racetrack setup. So I'm going to go one more over then, because we're in row 8. I think we're going to be in row 9. Drop that down there. In it goes nice and slowly. And then we can just go up this side of the field, down the other side of the field, and that should keep us fairly nicely balanced. Also, it means that we can negotiate our way around this first bale here. Right, so I'm leaving a little bit at the end. Yeah, there's going to be a fair whack of cleanup to do at the end, but at the moment, this is looking fairly good. Get on this course here, and down we go. And if we need to take another row or two off, what we can do is we can do it from the inside now as we're looking at it. So we are in row 3 to row 9. That is a grand total of, I want to say 6. So 6 rows. No, I think we're fairly good at looking at it. It's just at the other end where we've got a little bit of an angle. It's looking a little bit odd. Let's back this up. That goes out there, which hopefully won't be in our way. And yeah, I think we're in about the right place. I think I originally worked out exactly where I should be, and this should work pretty well at this point. Oh, I'm very happy how this field is going. It is absolutely spot on. We are able to go round, make some nice big turns to get this in at the right point, and in doing so, we're getting a nice, regular, easy cut. Doing the racetrack form of this is definitely the way to go. Divide the field in half, set it up as a racetrack setup, and just keep going around, and you just end up with a much easier going on how to do this, because you've got the space to turn with this setup. And somebody placed a comment on one of my videos. I think it was actually on one of the furling videos, where they've set up like this before. No, in fact, it was on one of my really older ones. It was on a No Man's Land video, saying that they had a setup like this, a mower and a baler setup, and the way they had to do it was to have a wide gap between the rows. They actually said they did alternate rows to make sure that they could actually get their turns in. And I can see why. This is making things so much easier doing it this way than some of the ways we've done it before. And I love it. I love how easy this job is becoming because of the way we're doing it. Final full row, and after this we've just got clean up around the field. But look at that. That is really good. What, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bales off here, a trailer and a half, plus the 64% of a bale that we've got in here. Let's go and cut the few tufts of grass that we got kicking around. So we've got a little bit here that we can add in. I would very much like to add a 13th bale here. If we can do that, that would make a difference and add a fair whack, because we're normally an incomplete bale at the end. There we go. And then, are there any more tufts of grass kicking around? There's some stuff around the fast end. Oh, there's some stuff down this corner as well. But then we need to drop the mower off the front of this and get to the baler on its own on this field. Let's see if we can cut this without catching the bit at the edge. Yeah. So it's only a little bit of a nick that we get with these. It's marginally outside that we miss. So, right, we're up to 73%. Let's lift everything up and turn it all off. And then we will drop the mower down, connect all that and drop it off. And now we can get ourselves into the corners and clean this up. See if we can get another bale off it. And switch over. And yeah, now without the mower on the back, we can get in here and we can concentrate on just getting the bale around and getting those bits out. Of course, something like this would be easier if we put the windrower on the front. We could possibly clean things up a little bit better. But even then, we're getting into the corners, but we're still causing a little bit more work for ourselves. I'm trying to get these bits where it says you don't have access to the land. They are very odd bits sticking into this field. Kind of like I want to fence off that part of the field so that I don't hit that. It's just where the definitions of the field are and the definitions of where the road are and exactly what you own. It basically, we don't own that hedge or the cobble fence, the stone fence. We've that is all owned by the roadway outside. We are very close to a bale here, but I'm not sure there is enough kicking around. We've got some there. It has set off the beep, so it's going to be very close to a bale, and that means we're probably going to get a bale very early on in the next field if we don't manage to complete it here. We're at 98%, and we've got a couple more little bits. There's a bit there, and then we've got a larger bit here I've been leaving till the end to make sure, and this must send us over. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to back off a little bit in case there's some left there. I think there might be, but that is 13 bales off this field. That is a really good start. And if we get the mower back on, we'll be able to have a look at the yield map. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. That is a brilliant start today. We're halfway through the day though. Right, let's lift that up. Yeah, that's good. And look at that darker green. So looking at our yield map here, you can see the green that we had before versus the green that we have on here. And we've gone up to 125% yield on the second half of the field. Whereas that's up 10% yield. That is fantastic. It is very possible we might get at least an extra bale off here, considering how much we've had. Wow, I am very, very pleased with that. Turn that front one off. Let's lift up our baler. And then, wow, we'll go and do the second field. We have 13 bales so far. Let's see how many we can get off here. Now, normally I start just down the side here, but I think this time we're going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to come up the top and come in from this angle over here. So we'll spin this around. Hopefully there's enough space here to turn around, especially if I can avoid the trees. Yeah, there we go. Right, and turn this on and drop it down. Come in and around here carefully, and that should help. And yeah, immediately you can see the dark green coming on, and we have the same boost to our yield on this field as well, up to 125% full yield on this grass, and that is going to make all the difference. We're going to end up with a very nice amount of grass off here as well, and I think because of where I've started, I actually might end up with a bale on this this bottom side as well. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't end up with lots of bales down here, because that will make our life a lot more difficult. Last little bit, and can we get this all in one cut? Hopefully. And we're 93% of a bale. We've got some bits in the corner, which are great. And we will get the weeder over and get all of the remaining stuff just got rid of, really. But I'm very, very pleased with this. We need to do a bale count up, to be honest. We're at 98%. Wow. This has gone very well. In fact, we've got very little left in the corners, which surprises me. Let's turn off the front mower, because we're not using that anymore. We're not going to need to collect up all of this grass, because that is a full baler. Right, and the rest of what's on the field, we will get back into the field. But very, very pleased with that. So how many bales do we have on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bales in total. So added to the 13, that is, oh wow, that is 24. No, 9, 22, which is slightly down on normal, but I think that is because we've cut slightly earlier. We've cut as soon as the grass has been ready, whereas normally I would leave it another month. Unfortunately, another month puts us right in the middle of harvest. So to get 22 bales off here when the grass isn't completely fully grown is not bad at all, and might mean that we get another cut off here this year. That's the really interesting thing about this, is that if that is what a 4-cut setup would do, that is going to give us way more bales in a year, and that's really cool. That is something to keep an eye on. So time to see if I can count, because we are going to take the bale collector here. I'll collect all these up. We'll create some piles down at our dairy yard and see if we actually do have a total of 22 bales off these 2 fields. If we do, that bodes really, really well, and I'll be very happy, to be honest, because that gives us an entire shift in how we approach the grass and the silage on here. 4 cuts would mean we get slightly less per cut, but would mean that we end up with more bales overall. Just unloading the first set of bales, and as always, we need the solar panels to get clean. Seems like my counting was spot on. We've got 6 bales currently on the trailer that finishes everything off. And so we'll be able to get all of these stacked up. What we might do, as we have cash at the moment, is maybe get the... I think get the weeder going with this tractor on the field with a courseplay course, maybe, while we get these loaded up. Let's see how close we get back to this. And there's our stack. Press it up against it a little bit. Right, fold that down. I am of 2 minds as to whether to sell the remaining silage bales. We've not got enough hay bales to match up with those, and actually, yeah, I think we'd probably be better off not at the moment. I think maybe at the end of the year selling those off might be better. We're gonna see what our total is on Purbeck this year. We're gonna do 1 more harvest. And then see how much money we can make at the end of the year. We've got a nice amount of milk. We've got a nice amount of cheese. We've got, we're going to have a good amount of canola to sell off as well. Basically, there's an awful lot of great stuff to go on around here. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much money we can make. First, let's go grab our weeder, which I'm guessing is over this way. Or actually, do we have a weeder? I don't think we do. No, we've been leasing this every time. So actually, let's back out. Let's head to the shop. We'll see what's on offer. And we'll go and lease a weeder if there's not one available in the shop. So do we have a weeder available in the sales at the moment? No, there's a bale fork, but that's it. Okay, so let's grab ourselves a weeder. We've been using these ones before, so I will go with the Puller 600 because that's 6 meters and will allow us to get through this fairly quickly. 331, it's actually only 65 a day to hold on to. And considering how often we might be looking to use this, I think that's a fair whack to go with, or a fair amount for us to just hold on to it between and not worry too much. The fact that we're at 81,000 is pretty good for us money-wise. So let's go and spin around these fields. I want to get this all weeded in, and this is a great way to get rid of the excess grass as well. There's not an entire bale's worth here, so that's why I didn't go around trying to pick it all up. We ended up with a very small partial bale, and I'd rather have some nice full bales. However, it does prove that there is more grass on here than just the bales that we got and collected up. Yeah, 6 meters is a really good width for us for this. It means that we can very quickly get around the edges like this, and we should get around the field fairly quick as well, which is good because I really want to get both these fields done before the end of the day. I think what I'm going to do ahead of harvest, because I'd like to cover harvest in my next video, is that we will get the bales wrapped off camera, and we will get the milk transferred over to the dairy off camera, because we're coming up to another full trailer's worth, and we want to produce some more cheese. Cheese production's going really well. We've got another load of cheese actually to get out of the dairy and put into our storage, and that is growing. That is going to be a big chunk of our income this year. Way more than the milk has been in past years. So that's going to be really good for us. We've got the canola as well. We'll have some excess silage to sell too. And all in all, I think we're going to be in a really strong position towards the end of this year. That makes me very happy. This farm is productive and profitable. And that's before we go and add any more fields. Maybe we might actually be able to do that before the end of this series, but we'll have to see how it goes. One thing, unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to do is actually farm it, even if we get it. But you never know. We might have something on there that is farmable at the end of the year. That has got it. That's our first field done. And we are coming to the end of the day a bit, so we'll head over to the second field and start getting that done. But all in all, this has been a pretty successful day in getting this cut. I am actually fairly surprised at the fact that we've managed to get this cut and get a full 22 bales off here, despite the fact that we are cutting a month early. As I said, normally we'd allow it 3 months to regrow. We've only allowed it 2 months here, and yet we still got 22 bales off here. That is fantastic. So we'll have to see how things go. We do need to get some slurry on here. and do that. In fact, as much as I want to do harvest next time, I have a feeling that we have so much to do around the cheese and the milk. We've got to get the silage bales wrapped, and we need to get some slurry onto this field, these 2 fields. So I think what we'll do is next time we will stay in July, we'll get these fields finished off, and then we'll look at doing harvest after that. Again, this field is going very nicely, and the 6-meter width on the weeder here is making short work of the remaining grass, preparing it for a nice stable regrowth. Yeah, it's going through here pretty quickly. It has just gone 6 o'clock, so we're working a little bit late into the day today. But look at that. That's just doing a fantastic job. This is so much better than rolling as it would be without precision farming, because of course this helps to bump up our environmental score, keeps it around about 95 most of the time. And so yeah, this is definitely a job with precision farming that you want to be doing to your grass. It just keeps things bumped up that little bit, and helps to keep everything nicely maxed out. The final bit of grass on here just to clean up, and yeah, 20 to 7 in the evening. So been a fairly long but very fruitful day here on the farm. Next time, as I said, we will go and sort out our dairy. We'll reload it with some more milk. We'll get some slurry on this field as well, so and our other grass field, so that we're just topping up the nitrogen. And I think I had a small tuft here somewhere, but all in all, I think this has been pretty successful. We'll get ourselves ready for harvest. We might even see if we can pick up a header for the combine next time. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.